Hey guys, welcome back to Book Talk with Meg. My name is Megan for those of you who don't know. Hi, welcome, hope you stick around. If you decide to, do not forget to click the subscribe button down below. It'll notify you when I upload new videos. Today I am here with another day in the week of contemporaries, and today I am here to bring you my favorite underrated contemporaries that are mostly romance based. Like, this is not my favorite contemporary books that are like not based on romance, just putting it out there. These are not my all-time favorite, but when it comes to romance, I feel like they are very, very well done. We'll get the obvious one out of the way if you've been watching my videos. The Summer of First and Last by Tara Ellen McVoy. Again, I'm just going to go quickly on this one because I keep mentioning this book. This book is about three sisters, Calla, Daisy, and Violet, and they go to a summer camp which their parents also went to, and basically they all are focusing on something. Calla, the older sister, is working for the camp, and the two other sisters are in concentrations. One of them is in running, the other one is in literature, and we follow them through their camp. They're like finding cute boys and like partying when it's not allowed. It's just growing up in a book, and obviously there is romance in there. Almost all of the sisters have a potential romance, so it is a good one. The next book is a book I don't think I've ever talked about on my channel, and that is A Love Story by Jennifer Eccles. This follows our main character, Erin, and basically Erin, where does she live? She lives in Kentucky, and her family owns a farm, and they want her to major in business to be able to take back the farm one day. But Erin decides to go into literature in New York City, and basically she is taking, like, her money that her grandma had put aside for her to study is taken away and given to this boy named Hunter, and basically she obviously hates Hunter for taking her money because now she has to work at a coffee shop and try to make ends meet while going to school. And I believe she writes a short story about him, or I know she writes something about this boy in her class, and he ends up joining the class. So basically she has to deal with a boy she hates taking the same class as her in New York City, the boy who's taking all her money, and he obviously knows the story is about him, so it all unfolds from there. Really well done. It is a shorter read. If you're looking for something short, I love it. The next book I want to talk about is from one of my favorite authors, and that is What I Thought Was True by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This follows our main character, Gwen. Gwen lives in a city of like fishermen, and she basically lives on an island named Seashell Island, and basically she works at this little island. She does house cleaning. Basically she does like more like handiwork, and her family is lower on the financial scale. And then she's like doing her thing in the summer, and she finally knows that Cassidy Summers, this boy who was known as her biggest mistake, is back on the island and working for the summer, and they kind of have to work the summer season together, and it's all about like them having like this connection again, and how maybe what she thought was her worst mistake maybe isn't her worst mistake. I love the summer vibes in this, and I feel like this book has potential to be like really good. It is really good, but I feel like not a lot of people talk about it. I love the like really big summer feel. I love the connection between the characters, and I obviously really enjoy the writing style of this author. The next book I want to talk about is Two-Way Street by Lauren Barthold. If you've been watching my channel since, I believe it's 2 years now that I've had my channel, you will know that I made a full discussion on this author because I do love her really much. Maybe the discussion is not the best film, but I do stand by what I've said. I will link it in the cards if you want to see it. But basically this is a story about Courtney and Jordan, and they were dating, they fell in love, and they were going to drive to their new college together. But they break up, but they still have to go together to college. So they have to take a freaking drive together to get to college. And the girl kind of really hates the boy because he's giving her like a shit reason for, excuse my language, but for breaking up with her. And the reason isn't true when he's trying to like explain himself. And it is a very short read, very interesting, very realistic too, because like the feelings that the characters portray in this book are very accurate. It's light, it's fluffy, it's funny. I really love it, and I love the like road trip element to this book. Very good book. Contemporaries, which I really enjoy, I have to mention these even though I've talked about them on my channel before, and that is the Summer Boys series. The first book is Summer Boys, the second is Next Summer, and I believe there are 2 other books in the series. They're on my Kobo, which is why I can't exactly tell you how many there are. Basically, this follows cousins Ella, Beth, and Jamie, and they each summer go to this like set of cottages together, and they spend the summer together. And basically this is such a beachy read because you follow the cousins as like they meet people and party and fall in love. It's a very light contemporary, but what I really like about this book is the atmosphere in general, which is funny to say for a contemporary book, but you feel as though you're like sitting in a chair on the beach watching those characters. Like the way they're described, the way the place is described, and just like the imagery in this book in general, I feel like was really well done, in the sense that like you feel summer. Like it could be like minus 30 degrees outside and you'd still feel like it's summer when reading this. So if you're looking for a contemporary book to put you in the summer mood, please pick this up. They're a little bit older, but they're a gem. I've talked about this book as well. I usually just leave the Goodreads link down below because I don't know really how to sum up this book without spoiling it, but that is The Lifeguard by Deborah Bloomington, I believe is her last name. I lost the dust jacket to this book, but basically this is a book filled with romance and the beach and kind of like life questions, but I will leave the Goodreads link down below for this one because it's so underrated, and it's a little bit older, but no one ever talks about this book, and it's such a good summer book. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. The last book I have to talk about is Endless Summer by Jennifer Eagles. This is a bind up of 2 books, The Boys Next Door and Endless Summer, and basically this is about Lori, who's always been kind of like one of the boys. She does wakeboarding and hangs out with her friends, but she also specifically hangs out with 2 brothers, and she kind of like doesn't want to be one of the guys anymore. She wants to be seen as like a girl, to like date them, and she starts with the intention of kind of like flirting with the older brother, but she uses the younger brother, and then maybe the winds change direction. I won't tell you more than that, but this is so good and I flew through it. So these are my underrated contemporary recommendations. Obviously this is romance based. I will talk about other types of books this week, as you may have seen. They're all basically recommendations, but these are books that BookTube doesn't talk about, and I feel like they should be. So I'll see you in my next video.